Hello everybody. Welcome to my Zen Den. I am so glad that it's going to be one of those days apparently. I'm so glad that you can join me here in my Zen Den. I have got a really fun quick card for you tonight. You know me, I love quick and easy cards. And I'm actually casing a card from another stamper that I got. It's from Melissa Faust. I got this card. Let me find it here. I got this card right here in a swap, and I thought, I love this card. I think it's simple and it's beautiful and it's fun, and so I decided I'm going to case it and I'm going to change up the colors a little bit. So I'm going to show you, flip around here the camera, and we're working with the stamp set, Happy Place. It's in the new September to December mini catalog towards the back. It kind of doesn't fit into the new catalog just because I think of the September to December mini catalog as kind of fallish and Christmassy and holidays and winter and things like that. And this is beachy. And I love it. I think it's so cool. So let's flip the camera around and let's get stamping. 1 second. All right. So flip the camera around here. Still getting used to my portrait way of filming, but it's working. So let's do it. So here is the Happy Place stamp set. Isn't it so fun? It's actually $1 million stamp set. So when a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator reaches $1 million, they get to create a stamp set. And let's see here, Sharon Armstrong, and she's got some really cool, she's so excited for this stamp set. And I believe she's from Texas, so it's even got a "Hey y'all" down there, which sounds funny coming out of my Minnesota mouth. But I just love this stamp set, and it's got retirement sentiments, so it's a builder set. So you've got happy, so you can put retirement, place, life, days, times, birthday, for you. And I just love the fonts of the stamp set, how they go together so well with the tropical happy. Here it is in the catalog. So this is the new mini catalog, page 60. Just some really fun ways to use it, and Sharon herself has done some really cool things. So if you want to go check out her, Sharon Armstrong, she's got some really cool things. But here, I'll show you the card that Melissa did again, and I just loved how, excuse me, I loved how it was pretty simple. It wasn't too fussy of a card. It's actually really simple stamping. Stamps, ink, and paper. It does have an embossing folder back there, so I'll show you that too, but you wouldn't need that necessarily. So let's get going here. So here's what here's our list. I'll put that right up there. I'm going to need a piece of basic white that's 8.5 by 5.5. If you would like it to be a little bit more substantial, you could use the thick basic white. It's up to you, it's a personal preference. And then I've got Darling Duckling, so that's 4 by 5.25. And then I've got another piece of basic white that's 3 1/8 by 4 1/8. And then I've got a piece of Designer Series paper that's 3 by 4. And this is actually Florals in Bloom. I'm trying my best to keep this card as gender neutral as possible. And I think this does great. But just remember that your flowery paper has a second side to it, right? And I love that paper. I thought that was really a lot of fun. And then my last piece is going to be a 2 by 4.25. And I chose this color palette on purpose because I used my Tib and Tiger ink pad last night, and it was so juicy. And I want to show you a trick and what I mean by juicy. So I'm going to stamp right away. Let's set these things aside for just a second. And I'm going to stamp right now. So I've got my Timid Tiger. Isn't that fun? It's kind of more of a dusty orange. I love it. But this is isn't that stamp so fun? I love it. This is kind of a distinctive stamp. It's got a lot of images in it, and it's kind of dark. So if your ink pad is too juicy, if you are getting an image from this stamp that's just not doing it for you, and I'm going to show you what I mean by that. So I'm going to center it on there, stamp down, and stamp up. And so you can see I'm kind of blobby, right? You can't see the picture really well. It's not happy. So here's what we're going to do. We are going to take a kitchen spoon. I keep a metal spoon down in on my desk, and this is what it's for. I'm going to push that ink down into the pad and work it around. Okay. And then I'll just wash this off. I'm just going to use my chamois and I'll wash my spoon off. And it goes right back. It doesn't go up into my cabinet. It doesn't go into my drawer. That's my crafting spoon. And let's rinse our stamp off, wash our stamp off again. So now you're going to see, I've got another piece of 2 by 4 1/4, and just kind of dry it off a little bit. And now, when we tap it on there, stamp straight down and straight up, and it's way better. Still a little thick. You know what? I'm going to go through and do that one more time, but you can already see you've got a lot more images, but let's do it one more time. Just work that ink down. And here's the deal. This is the funnest, the coolest thing about Stampin' Up! Ink pads. Did you know you are supposed to store your ink pads upside down so that your ink rises up to the surface? Well, when you store a Stampin' Up! Ink pad, you are storing it upside down because you are flipping that over so your stamp pad is upside down. So it's already stored upside down for you. And so when you put it away, that ink could potentially come back up to the surface. Here, I think we've got it good now. Okay, one more time. Let's try it again. So much better. So as you can see, it's lightening up a little by little by little every time. And you want to have kind of a happy medium. Happy, get it? You want to kind of have a happy medium so you can see the impressions. You know what? I've got one more piece of paper. I'm not happy with that H yet. Let's really press that down. And you can see I've got ink kind of oozing out. This was like, I don't know if I did this or if it came like this. I don't know. But it is one juicy, juicy ink pad. All right, 4th time's a charm. Okay, here we go. Perfect. And as that lightens up, you'll be able to see it nice and beautiful. I love it. So we'll close that Timid Tiger. And instead of doing birthday on this card, I'm going to do retirement. I was so happy to see. I love stamp sets that float back and forth between scrapbooking and card making. I love it when you can use a stamp set for both. And these line up so beautiful. Like they're the perfect width. So the retirement is a nice, perfect width to the happy. So good. So good. All right, so let's assemble our card quick. And so you can see as it's drying, you've got more image and stuff like that. Awesome. I love it. So just press those ink pads down. Press that ink down into your ink pads. And if you've got way too much on there, use a lint-free cloth and kind of soak some of it up. That sometimes helps as well. All right, so we're going to fold and burnish our card base. I know I had a bone folder here. I took it out specifically because I was like, oh yeah, I need a bone folder. Okay, got that. Okay, I'm going to emboss my darling duckling. I'm using the So Swirly embossing folder. This is in the annual catalog. This is the only big, dimension-wise big embossing folder that is not 3D. So the best part about the Stampin' Cut and Emboss die or machine are these pictures right here on our base plate. So what this is a standard embossing folder. That's what this is. It's a standard embossing folder rather than a 3D. And you can tell because it's more pliable. It's not as thick. If you are having troubles getting your embossing folders to work, try switching up your plate configuration. But a regular standard embossing folder uses platform number 1, so this platform, and then 2 number 3s. Okay, so we take that shim out. Okay, so And then what I really like about these embossing folders, that they're so big, is that you can decide, the image is a little different, so you can decide where you want, how much swirl do you want on your card, right? It's kind of neat, kind of a fun little feature. So we'll run that through the cut and emboss machine here. Super cute. All right, so let's build our card. Right now, that is all we're down to. So you can use, you can choose which side you want to put out. There's no right or wrong, especially on the So Swirly. It is whatever strikes your fancy. All right, and so we're going to layer this piece of designer series paper right on top of that other white piece. We're going to do it right today. Perfect. So we're going to stick that there like that, and that's going to be on top. And so seriously, isn't that cute? I love it. Let's use some dimensionals and bump this piece up. Oh, look it, I got a twofer. We're going to take that one off because, you know, I'm just feeling I don't need a twofer. Right, and we're going to place that right on there like that. And then I'm going to show you a trick to get perfect placement. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick this on sort of like this. So I'm going to put two dimensionals right here, but I want here, and I always like a little bit of adhesive right there. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to take my piece, I'm going to put a piece of adhesive on the very end, and then so I don't go off the paper, I'm going to put a piece of adhesive right there, and then I will grab my two dimensionals, and so that it stays off of that, or stays consistent, I should say. Perfect. And then our finishing touch, I'm going to grab, let's see, these are the 2025, 2027 flat pearls. These mail fantastic. They're nice and flat. They're not too thick going through mailing equipment, which is something that I'm always on the lookout for. You know me. But something I always just kind of keep in mind when I'm putting on sentiments, or I'm sorry, embellishments, not sentiments. All right, so that is today's card. Isn't it cute? I love it. And so let's bring in, I've got one more card. This is another card that I came up with as I was just playing and redoing last night. So I've used Balmy Blue. This piece of blue DSP back here are the polka dots. And then look at that. The embellishments are perfect. A combination of the purple and the blue. And then I was also, here's Melissa's card. So same dimensions, but look how different they look just all together. So I love this card, and I love the stamp set. I'm going to show you a couple of other cards I was playing with yesterday. I cut out a piece of masking paper out of a circle punch, and then I just took some colors and went around and just happy, and then did a strip and birthday. And I love how bright and happy those are. So much fun. So I am going to flip the camera back for just 1 second because I do have a few announcements. Let's find my button. There it is. There it is. Okay, I have a couple announcements for you. Number one, tomorrow is Stamp Camp in Sauk Center from 9 until noon. If you need any information on that, you can certainly contact me. I'd love to see you there. Tomorrow is also the deadline to sign up for the paper share. Again, $45. You get, I think there's 13 different papers from the new September to December annual catalog, or the September to December mini catalog. I need to slow down my talking. And then all the online exclusives, the new launch of the online exclusives. $45. It's a great program to get just a little bit a little bit of paper, a little bit of everything. So that's a great program. That's tomorrow. I've got a class coming up from community education, the Haunted Home Kit. That the deadline to sign up for that, I believe, is sometime next week. You can check on my blog, stampinup.com, and look my name up, and my calendar and my link is in there. Otherwise, that's the Haunted Home Kit. If you can't make it, I believe it's the 29th of September. But if you want a kit, they're so cute. They're so much fun. So that is my announcements. Oh, also, I have a big announcement coming for World Card Making Day. I'm doing a collaboration with some local friends, so I can't wait to celebrate World Card Making Day on October 4th with you also. So I hope you have a fantastic weekend. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you back here next time. Thanks. Bye-bye.